We're excited to be here on a beautiful, beautiful day on the Hilltop. When I became your mayor, I said that my top three priorities were neighborhoods, neighborhoods, neighborhoods. And this is what I meant. In order for Columbus to truly be the opportunity city, everyone must share in our success. And that certainly includes the Hilltop. The process began with input from residents and stakeholders through the Envision Hilltop process. That vision was combined with best practices for community policing and Chief Bryant's vision for the Columbus Division of Police that's more connected to the communities they serve. Now, we break ground and continue to make good on the promises we made. The Hilltop Substation just east of here on Sullivan is one of the oldest in the city. When it was built in 1965, that 2,000 square foot police-only building reflected practices of the time. Officers reported for duty, picked up their cruisers and gears, and headed out. There was no space for the community to meet with officers, to connect and build trust. We knew we had to do better. The new Hilltop Substation that we're here to celebrate today is aligned with a modern policing model. At 13,500 square feet, this new $13.9 million substation is nearly 7 times larger than its predecessor. It's designed thoughtfully to continue to improve transparency and foster trust between the city, our officers, and the community. This represents Chief Bryant's focus on community-based police work. Chief Bryant has prioritized making personnel more accessible to the communities they serve. And now they get to come here, a space intentionally designed for officer-community partnership and collaboration. The new substation will have space for more than 80 sworn officers across all shifts. It will be home to the Zone 3 commander, detectives, lieutenants, sergeants, officers, the community response team, and a community liaison. In fact, it's the first substation that will have dedicated space for detectives, including interview rooms to support their investigations. It will include a 1,500 square foot community room, where as many 50 of our neighbors can meet with officers, hold block watch meetings, organize events, or just gather and connect. We'll be encouraging people to come to the site when they're not experiencing emergencies, to help build trust and a sense of normalcy to police interactions. This means improved communication, visibility, and officer engagement. One of the other key improvements we made under Chief Bryant's leadership is our focus on officer wellness. This facility will have space for officer fitness and a decompression room, police bicycle storage and maintenance, and a mother's nursing room. This model that we're honing is working. Presently, homicides in our city are at the lowest they've been in 2 decades. Felonious assault has been cut in half from 23 to 25. Our homicide case closure rate is one of the best in the country because of the incredible work of our officers and the incredible record number of tips we're getting from the community to help us solve these crimes. I credit much of this progress to the improved relationships between Columbus Police and the people they serve, and our focus on supporting our officers. And this station is designed to continue to advance that progress right here on the Hilltop. The Hilltop deserves this. This is a commitment to community safety, trust, and engagement. It's a city investment that reflects our belief in the future of the Hilltop. It's been a mainstay neighborhood for more than 135 years, back when streetcars ran from the Hilltop to downtown Columbus. I know the Hilltop has weathered hard times, but I believe the future of the Hilltop has never been brighter. This station was made possible thanks to voter-approved bond funding, about $13.9 million from previous bond issues that are going towards this station. So I'm going to take this moment and the privilege and the power of the mayor to share a little PSA with you. We have another bond package on the ballot in November, issues 5 through 9. So if you want to continue to see things like this happening in this neighborhood and neighborhoods throughout our city, putting people to work, helping to invest in basic city services, making our neighborhoods safer, healthier, and stronger, make sure you're registered. If you're registered, that your registration is up to date. And then you make a plan to vote, and to vote yes for issues 5 through 9 this November. We believe that officers closer to the residents of this neighborhood and neighborhoods throughout our city fosters understanding, collaboration, and community-driven solutions. This substation is a step forward, a place where law enforcement and community members work together to make this neighborhood stronger, safer, and more united. It's a promise made, and today it's a promise kept. We're fortunate to have an incredible chief of police who's changing the way our officers interact with the people they serve. I'd like to welcome to the podium our chief, Elaine Bryant.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Ginther, and community members who have shown up for this groundbreaking celebration. As the mayor stated, having the new Hilltop substation will be a tremendous uplift for our officers and our community. This substation will put the Hilltop officers in the heart of their community, providing an abundance of resources that will be shared between our officers and our community members who will be working together. Many of our Zone 3 officers have devoted the majority of their careers to Zone 3 and have developed relationships with community members beyond just enforcement. They adopt families during Christmas, are engaged with youth year-round, whether it's for career day at school, community programs, or interacting with their daily patrol. And to have a dedicated substation that provides wellness, collaboration, and a community room will continue to strengthen our officers' commitment to their neighborhoods and provide an opportunity for them and detectives to work closely together. Having a community area that will belong to our neighbors as much as it belongs to our officers will foster connection and shared responsibility. This is a space that dialogue between community and police can thrive. Community and neighborhood meetings can be held, ideas can be shared, and solutions can be developed. Thank you to Mayor Ginther, City Council President Shannon Harden, and your team, and to all of the community members who've made this moment possible. And next you'll hear from our President of City Council, Shannon Harden.
Well, it is a great day to be here with our mayor. Thank you for your leadership. To our police chief. The numbers that the mayor spoke about in terms of safety, that doesn't just happen. It comes from your leadership, from our amazing officers that we have making sacrifices each and every day. To James, I want to thank you so much for having us in our community. I also want to acknowledge my colleagues who are here. The representative from this district, Melissa Green, is here. And our safety chair, Emmanuel Remy, is with us as well. And one other shout out, Mayor, I know that you probably got the calls for advocacy that we got from Miss Lisa Boggs. Yes. We would not be here without leaders like Miss Lisa, who advocated for a long time for this special day. Today is more than a groundbreaking. It's about building hope and strengthening trust here on the Hilltop. We know the need for this facility is urgent. For too long, Precinct 19 has been working out of a building that, as the mayor said, is more than 50 years old. It was outdated and no longer able to meet the demands of a modern police department. At the same time, families here on the West Side have faced rising concerns about crime and safety, and our officers need the right tools and resources. Our community needs spaces that foster connections, trust, and this substation will do both. I'm going to be brief because I always say that what we build are just physical representations of our values. And I think that to add on to that, how we build it. Both the mayor and the police chief talked about the community space. I was talking to Procty, one of the people who designed this, and the intentionality put into creating space for our community, for folks like the Refuge and neighborhood leaders to come and use this space, is literally how we stack hands and make our community safer. And so I think it speaks to our values. It speaks to how we view safety. It speaks to how we view community. And for that, we are grateful to all those who are going to make this facility a reality. I see our friends at Smoot who will be constructing this. Thank you so much to our police officers. This is just a small representation of the support from the administration and city council. We will continue to make sure that you are the most well-supported, well-trained division in the country. Thank you so much. And now it's my honor to introduce our leader here on the Hilltop, James.
Good morning, everyone. Well,
Good morning.
afternoon. Tough act to follow. I'm not a trained public speaker, and I've noticed my notes are a little too small for me to read. So I'm going to do my best, but I want to say thank you to everybody who's here today. Thank you to all of my neighbors and residents, especially Lisa Bogg, who have made this day possible with their continuous advocacy and support of something like this within our community. Again, I want to say thank you to the state, our local leaders who've made today possible. Thank you to the voters who have made these funds available for our community. It definitely goes a long way when we see these investments come back home, when we see our voters turning out to support these measures. So I want to say thank you to all of my neighbors. But again, this is something that the community has been advocating for since 2019 when we started the Envision Hilltop plan, putting sticky notes on maps, countless nights through several months of long, hard work. But that Envision Hilltop plan isn't the end. It's a blueprint for our whole community to not only do better, strive to be better, but continue to prosper through these difficult times and underinvestments that the Hilltop has seen through decades. As a new resident, I moved here in 2017 and immediately got involved in the area commission no longer than a year later. Since then, I've been a two-term area commissioner. I've been proud to serve the Hilltop, not only as the chair for Rexon Park. Go Rexon Park. We have over 500 acres of parkland here in the Hilltop, so I encourage everybody to get out and explore. The newest investment is going on right across the street with almost $3 million of stimulus money in action, turning a once blighted park into a community asset. So I want to say thank you to all of our Rexon Park Department employees who have made that possible as well. And again, for everybody in the community who has continuously spoken up about how important the Hilltop is to not only us as neighbors, but to the city. We are, like the mayor said, we are the largest and the oldest community in the city of Columbus. We have over 70,000 residents who call this place our home. And many of those residents spend countless times and hours advocating for what our community deserves and needs. And this police substation is going a long way in fulfilling that gap of the city and the community coming together and being a one-stop shop for public safety, community engagement, and overall support from police to the residents on the ground. So again, I know I don't want to ramble a little too much, but again, I just want to say thank you to everybody here today. I want to say thank you to all of my residents who've made this possible. I know it's going to be a bittersweet end come the end of the year when I'm no longer going to call the Hilltop my home, but I want to say thank you to everybody who gave me the support, the drive, and the courage to be here today talking to you. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the mayor.
Thanks, James. Appreciate you. Thank you, James, and thank you for your advocacy and support. We got a couple things to handle, but I want to offer up members of the press. If you have questions about today's announcement, we'll take those now. If you have questions on other topics, I'll be happy to speak to you one-on-one after we throw some dirt and get things moving here. Any questions from the press about today's announcement? Jordan?
This was originally supposed to open in 2023, I believe, when it was first announced. What delayed it for so long?
Well, this is, as you can tell, pulling in here today, this is a rather complicated exchange and parcel to take control of and get planning on. So some of the delays were engaging in working with the state and obviously wanting to make sure that we were listening closely to the community and the neighborhoods about what they wanted in this substation, and obviously listening to our officers. We're excited about the fact that we're here now and breaking ground, and this will open. I'm looking at Director Long.
November 26th.
November 26th? So, yes, any other questions from the press about today's announcement?
Chief Bryant, I think it was just a couple of years ago, the two of you walked through the current substation with me, showing what the officers deal with there. Curious what they have been talking to you about this new project.
Chief?
Well, they're very excited about obviously getting a new substation, and we value their input as far as what they need from it, because obviously we won't be the ones working out of that building, so they've been very instrumental in letting us know what they need, what they want, and so they're very excited about it.
Any other questions about today's announcement? All right. Yeah.
From my station, this is very close to the old substation. Why is this location so close to that old location?
Well, because we think this community and neighborhood deserves it. And that's what we heard from the community, and that's what we heard from the officers that served this community. Is they wanted to stay close by, but they wanted a 21st century facility that welcomed and included the community, as opposed to the old facility, which was designed and built in a very different time in our city's history, in a very different time in the way that police and community work together. So we wanted to stay close by, but provide a 21st century facility for our officers and for the community. Director Long, Director Long, go ahead.
Yes, it's currently being renovated, Mayor. It will stay in operation for their needs.
Public safety? Okay. Any other questions about today's announcement? All right. Let's grab some shovels, turn some dirt.
James,
Do I get to keep said shovel?
you know what? We might have to fight with Smooth.
I don't think we'll notice one.
Yes. Three of them. You, yeah, y'all. Yeah. Mr. Smoot.
I don't need that.
Here, actually, let me switch sides.
Can you get in it? Can Smoot get in the center? Come to the center.
All right, everybody got a shovel? Got some dirt? All right, scoop some up. And let's aim for Glenn. That good looking guy in sunglasses.
Stand up, Glenn. Oh, there
And on three, we're going to cover him in some dirt. 1, 2, 3. Almost. You're too quick, Glenn. You're too quick.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Can I just have real quick? Can everyone just stand with the shovel? So I can
Sure.
take a, and everyone